Hey everyone, George here, and welcome back to The Art of Water. Pretty excited about the last couple of weeks and some of the things that we've been able to accomplish. The intro to our videos came together with a new logo. We're excited about that. We've got some great videos coming up here. We have a 40-gallon Peninsula tank that we're going to be doing a build on. That's going to be the second half of our first part series on design, and that should be happening between Christmas and the New Year. If not, it'll be the first week of January 2020, but it's in definitely in focus, and we are able to see that happening here. Really want to get it done. Some of the materials for the build are not quite here yet. Just dealing with, I guess, all the problems around getting things at Christmas time, and so we're just like anybody else. We're just kind of dealing with stuff here. But anyways, I'm hoping that the the materials will be coming in for the hardscape. Most of the other stuff I already have. I am waiting also on some plants that I did order from Tropica, and those, because that is an overseas company, are taking a little bit longer than I had hoped, but they're really going to be worth waiting for. Now, as I said, this is going to be a Zen type tank that we're building, so everything in that tank is going to be just a really interesting landscape. I was talking to my daughter the other day, and I was showing her some sketches that I had made for this particular build, and we've been doing some mock-ups and that sort of thing, where we actually have built a area that is the same size of the tank and move some things around. I don't have all the rocks, so I've been putting some rocks in there that are just sort of a substitute right now. The rocks that I'm going to be using in there are Sergei stone, and actually I ordered two kinds of stone because I'm not sure exactly which one I'm going to be using. Frodo stone, Sergei stone are the two ideas that we have been sort of coming around to the idea of using, and it will be one of those two. But we went out the other day and took some pictures down along the coastline of some of the rock formations out there, and the grasses and that sort of thing. And I really think when all is said and done, it's going to be a beautiful tank, and I think it's going to be one of the best tanks that I've ever built. Now, it's very different for me because this style tank here is very familiar to me because I've done nano tanks pretty much. 40 gallon, I know that's not big, but it is certainly a little bigger than what I'm typically used to doing. You know, I've gotten up into 20-gallon tanks and that sort of thing, and I love working with them. But this is going to be a little bit different, and I'm not going to run CO2 on this. I'm going to try to run it without it. I don't foresee any problems with that because we're not going to have a ton of plants in there. What we will have in there is a lot of mosses, a lot of carpet plants, and some grasses. And I think whatever we do with the wood in there will be involving some mosses as well, where we're going to glue the moss to the wood. Just standard stuff that everybody does. So, having said that, I am really excited about getting going on some of these things and some of these projects, and getting my new fish tank room that I haven't even talked about. That is in the works right now. I'm taking a room in my house and sort of going to make it a fish tank room where we can sort of set up a gallery of tanks that I think is going to be pretty fabulous by the time it's done. I don't like to do things quick. I don't like to do them, in a haphazard matter. I didn't even say that right. I can't talk today. I don't like doing things half-assed is what I was trying to say. Excuse my language, but I really think that this is going to turn out well because we focused on taking the time to do it, and I think that when you see it, the presentation is going to be absolutely beautiful. Anyways, we're looking forward to that. There's lots of new things coming up in 2020. I hope you'll take a minute to subscribe. You'll take a minute to go back through some of the videos that I've done over the last year and go in and see how we've progressed, because I was not good at this at first. I'm somebody that has been around people my whole life because of what I do, and most of you who have followed me know what I do, and this is not it. This is a hobby for me. So the artistic side of this is certainly who I am, but it is definitely not what I have been doing for a living. So having said that, I don't like doing things, that are not of high quality. I like to take my time and make sure that whatever I'm doing is going to be the best that I can possibly do. So again, patience with all this stuff is something that I always tell everyone else, and I've had to learn a little bit of that myself. I have a lot going on in my life, so patience is not a hard thing for me to do. It really has gotten to the point where I'm sort of behind on everything just because I just haven't had the time to focus 100% on it. But anyways, I hope that everyone will tune in the weeks and months to come at the new videos and see some of the stuff that we're doing here. You're going to see a dramatic change in how some of these videos are made. You're going to see, of course, our new logo and that intro to our videos, which I think turned out really, really cool. Really love that and enjoying it. Gotten a lot of comments on that from people on my Facebook page that have seen it and have sort of chimed in and said that they really thought it was worth waiting for. So anyways, again, hit that subscribe. Really would love to have subscriptions up, and I would really like to see our likes go up too. So it tells me that there's a commitment by the people that are following the channel to actually make it worthwhile to do some of this stuff. If you don't have a big commitment from people, it's a little disheartening. But again, I do this for me. I do it as a hobby. It's really not about subscriptions and likes and whatever. It's about content. It's about talking about something that I really, really enjoy doing. And when you look at some of these tanks and the beautiful way in which they have developed and taken shape over time, this one here is one of my favorites. That's why I'm sitting in this room. I did a video on this earlier with just some music that I thought was quite nice. And anyway, long story short is subscribe, like, leave your comments. I love comments because comments tell me what you're thinking. They also tell me that if anything that I'm saying you don't agree with, we learn from each other. So if there's anything that you're saying out there or thinking about what I'm saying, I would love to hear from you. I'm not in the saltwater aquarium business. I used to do saltwater years ago when I had a bigger home and there was a lot more places to put a saltwater tank. I just don't think small saltwater tanks are easy to manage. And anyways, I really am into the freshwater thing. I never really thought that I would enjoy doing freshwater tanks as much as I have in this last year and a half. So this is one of my first builds, to be honest with you, and it still looks absolutely fabulous. I've had some thoughts about rescaping this, but then I go to do it and I tell myself why. It's a beautiful tank as long as I keep things trimmed up in there and everything. This is a very good example of a tank that has harmony, has beauty, and has just about everything that you'd want in a tank. Again, we're going to try out some new designs and things like that, but I love this tank. I really enjoy it. I think it's one of my favorites, so it's going to be something that I am going to keep. And I don't know. I mean, it's at some point every tank has its life, and who knows where that end of the life of this tank will be. But I don't foresee anything in the near future that's going to make me take it down. Anyways, nice talking to you, and I wish everyone a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy Hanukkah. Hanukkah started 2 days ago, so for those of you who are celebrating Hanukkah, I wish you the very best as well. And we'll talk to you again soon, and I appreciate you taking the time to come and see the video. Anyways, thank you, and like I said, we'll talk again real soon.